For the next 10 minutes, I'm going to be talking about Epam, how we can engineer your future, and how important learning and development is to your future, and what Epam can offer on the learning and development side. So just a quick introduction to Epam. So essentially, we're a global team of technologists and thinkers who can help transform the world through the power of software. So it's quite a powerful and bold statement there. And putting ourselves out there. But essentially what we do is we basically work with clients to help kind of conceive, to strategize, to consult and deliver on clients' visions by combining kind of the best talent, the best technology, the best ideas, the best software platforms. We basically want to be the best of the best and kind of work with clients to realize their ambitions. A little bit about Epam, that we're almost 30 years old, so we have headquarters in New York City. We're growing significantly, so we're up to 41,000 EPAMers worldwide now in 35 countries. And you can see kind of at the bottom there, we're kind of across all sectors. So whether it's kind of life sciences, financial services, travel, software, we come across every sector. And why we're here today is we're growing significantly. So we already have presence in 35 different countries, a big presence in North America, in Europe, CIS and APAC, but especially in Newcastle, where we're growing quite significantly. We're aiming to kind of double and then treble our engineering team this year. And we're kind of doing that based on the amount of demand that we're seeing for engineering work throughout the whole of the global. So not just kind of UK clients, but European and global clients as well. So this kind of demand is helping us grow significantly. But what I want to talk to you about is about Epam as a learning organization, and how we can help use learning and development to kind of help you on your candidate path. So essentially, we see Epam learning and development as a fundamental part of your career. It's not something that is a tick in the box exercise. It's something that we really see to help you kind of maximize your potential and really hit all of your kind of professional goals. And when we're talking about learning development, it's kind of tech development, it's soft skill development, it's all kinds of development that help you have a successful career. We really want to kind of help you learn, grow, and succeed at Epam, and we work together to make sure that helps. So how do we do this? We basically have a continuous learning culture, and it's about that constant expansion of skills and skill sets throughout learning. And we've realized that there isn't one way to kind of learn and develop. Multiple people like multiple ways of learning. And what we do at Epam is we have a blended approach of how we deliver that learning and development, and something we call the 4 E's in a kind of learning ecosystem. So experience, environment, education, and exposure. Well, that kind of blended system really allows us to tailor the learning and development program at Epam to kind of your needs. Some people enjoy kind of classic reading through books and seminars. Some people like hands-on. And it's really kind of a nice blended approach to make sure that we can deliver this cross-country to every employee. And a bit more around the 4 E's and the Epam's learning ecosystem. So as I touched on, experience, education, exposure, and environment. Experience is a key one, and it's probably one of the most important for me. The experience that you get by working on a production account, by working on shadowing or job rotation accounts. So we have at least 2 or 3 junior developers currently working in the Newcastle office who are on project training at the moment. They're working on live production projects with senior developers. And there's no better way to kind of learn and train than there is kind of working on an agile project, learning about branching strategies and code reviews and things like that. So that's really cool. Then the education side. So this is kind of your more classic learning and training. So we have our own platform, so learn.epam.com, where there's kind of your classic learning and training, and anything you want to learn about basically is there. And we have all the kind of usual kind of knowledge sharing and libraries that for kind of your training that you realize I've got an hour left at the end of the day. What can I learn and what can I train on? So exposure is a big one at Epam, and something that we really push and try to get everybody involved in as part of the ecosystem. And there's kind of 2 streams with the exposure. If you're just starting out on your career, there's nothing better than learning again from kind of events, internal and external events, and from conferences, learning from more senior developers or engineers, but also kind of tying into the coaching and mentoring side. But also if you're trying to make that move from kind of mid-level to senior to lead to management, We also push people to get out of their comfort zones and really showcase their talents. So whether they want to become a coach or become a mentor or kind of do talks at conferences and events, basically, if you're proactive and like to kind of showcase yourself, then this kind of Epam is the company for you. It really allows you to kind of to share your expertise to cross country and cross kind of employee. An environment is your kind of classic. You have to have a learning environment to be part of the learning ecosystem. It's ingrained within Epam, and whether it's anything like a knowledge base or Yammer or kind of the community's edge practice that we have here at Epam, that kind of learning environment is a major part of the learning ecosystem. So essentially, we have 5 different learning streams that kind of everybody is part of. It's technical skills, soft skills, language skills, leadership skills, and additional resources. For the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to be talking to you around the technical skills program and kind of how we use it to really kind of to progress your career throughout Epam. But if you'd like to know about any of the other training streams that we have, then we've got a booth up and running and there's people there now. So feel free to come and chat with us afterwards. On the technical skills program, which is open to anybody kind of in the technical role, which is the majority of people at Epam, we kind of have 4 streams and 4 programs that we run with. One is the technical mentoring, which allows us to get guidance and support from more experienced kind of colleagues. It's classic mentoring. It's something we're really proud of at Epam. I've got a slide to talk about this a little bit further after this. The tech training is using one of the kind of 4 E's in the learning ecosystem. So tech training is available to everybody, regardless of senior level. We have tech training programs for graduates, for new starters, all the way up to kind of senior management as well. So those tech training programs are available to all. The solutions architecture program is a really cool thing we've got at Epam. So basically, it allows you to start and progress your career towards becoming a solutions architect. We have an awesome kind of global Epam architecture community where all these solutions architects work together on training programs to help new solutions architects kind of learn the best of the best. And if that's something you want to go into consulting or on project work, then solutions architecture program is kind of the one. And we also have the classic kind of self-paced e-learning course. So the tech mentoring, which I mentioned, we're really proud of on Epam, and we've got kind of different levels and different delivery formats for it. So we have global tech mentoring, and whether it's kind of an example, we have a large global React mentor program happening and a Node.js mentor program happening currently. We also have kind of local mentoring in the Newcastle office as well. So we have people who are getting one-to-one mentored, who are just starting their career by a kind of expert with 5, 6, 7 years in JavaScript. And then we often have people in kind of group mentoring situations and peer mentoring as well. But it's really cool on both sides again. So if you want to be a mentee, then basically it's fine. You get you become part of this mentor program, and it's kind of lasts several weeks, and it's an awesome way of learning. But also on the mentor side, if you like to share your expertise and really get into that exposure level of the ecosystem, then we never turn down mentors. We're always after mentors. Everybody's kind of going that extra mile to become a mentor. It's a really good way of kind of progressing through your career. So certification side, we're fully aware at Epam that kind of certifications. So getting your certificate for cloud or AWS or Microsoft Azure is a big part of the role at the moment. So we kind of back up this and we help you prepare for the certification, whether it's working with an expert or a kind of training program or kind of guiding you through that and then helping you through the certification. It's kind of key what we're doing at the moment. So I'm just going to touch on for the last couple of moments a bit around kind of the engineering excellence that we have and the continuous learning. So this journey is kind of the classic kind of engineering excellence that we have. And again, it's that continuous learning rather than just kind of saying you want to learn and train something. We kind of actively push all of our employees to go through this at different stages. So the Engine X Bootcamp is something that happens in your first week in onboarding, and it gives you that kind of solid baseline and knowledge of if somebody says how does engineering work at Epam, the bootcamp is something that we'd show them. Basically gives you the fundamentals of how it's done. Obviously we tweak and tailor that per project, but essentially that's how it's done, which then kind of falls naturally into the Nginx clean code and clean design training, which shows you how to write and read clean code, how to kind of design software components, easy to understand and maintain. They're really kind of, again, fundamentals for how to improve as an engineer. And then we have also kind of ongoing programs and continual learning on a bit more of kind of specialized, so an engineering operations model was obviously a bit more mathematical, and then quality courses as well. So quality is kind of what makes Epam stand out from our competitors and the quality of our software. And we have kind of continuous learning training programs such as code quality management and test-driven development, which allows us to kind of learn and train on this. So the learning path is kind of why we're here, essentially, is because we want to bring kind of the best of the best to Epam at the moment, but we also want to kind of help learn, to help them with their learning and development through their career path. So this is essentially what we're doing on an example path for a software engineer. So if you imagine you're that small little dot at the moment and you've started with Epam, this is kind of generally what it looks like for your first weeks, months, and years going forward. Your onboarding week, you'll learn that kind of engineering excellence, and then you may want to kind of supplement that with some training on learn.epam.com and kind of classic. And then you realize, actually, I'm on a cool AWS project, so I want to get certified, and then you would kind of almost have your certification training program, and we would help guide you through that. And a key thing that I've not really mentioned here is kind of soft skills training, such as client readiness foundation. So we have different levels of experts who will help you in how you work with the clients. I'm fully aware that not everybody will have had that kind of client relationship management training when they start, and Epam is very kind of client collaboration focused. So we help people get ready for that. But also there's cool things like the tech mentoring and professional communities that I've touched on. So professional communities, for a good example, the JavaScript community is over 5,000 JavaScript engineers across all 35 different countries, and really actively participating to be one of the kind of key community members. And essentially, what I'm trying to summarize is that we take learning and development uber seriously. We use it as to kind of guide you through your career, and fully recognize that your career, it might be more technical and want to go down the solutions architect learning path, and we have learning and development to help that. You may realize you're a people person and want to go into line management and software engineering management, so then we have kind of training skills to kind of help that. Or actually, you may realize I want to change my career at Epam and move something more into more delivery management focused, project management focused, and we can guide with that. So essentially, Epam's here to kind of, we're hiring currently, we're growing the Newcastle office kind of significantly, and we want to back up every hire with a really cool kind of learning and development training program of all these kind of core training that we have available, and really kind of work together to help you kind of hit your potential and realize how good you can really be, and kind of hopefully have a long and successful career at Epam. So that's kind of a lightning fast talk around Epam and kind of the learning and development program. If you'd like to know more, we've got people in the booth kind of ready and waiting to kind of chat more on this. We have lots and lots of open positions currently, so hopefully see you soon. Thank you.